We did indeed say in our last review, episode 3 of Wandavision, that we just don't know what's going on. No one really knows what's going on, other than the fact that shit is weird with this show. There are questionable things going on. And that's about it. Hey, NarendraTheComic here. Right now, we're just going to be reacting to this extended clip, this little bit. We got a snippet from episode 4, I guess, of WandaVision. As I said, we don't know what's going on. Maybe Mephisto's involved. Maybe Nightmare's involved. Maybe Sword is doing shady shit. S.H.I.E.L.D. always did some shady shit while they were the good guys. It was questionable. We saw that in Captain America Winter Soldier. So let's get to this clip. Maybe there'll be a little bit more they give us. It is only 50 seconds long, so I'm not expecting a lot, but there might be something coming out of this one. So let's get to it. Let's go. Oh. There was a car there. That looks like a dead town, actually. That looks dead. Nothing's going on there. Oh, that's interesting.
What is it?
It's like a film.
Some sort of
Sword.
energy field.
Be careful, Rambo.
Okay.
Captain Rambo. Watch it.
Captain, yeah.
Tomorrow, nothing can prepare you
Wanda, can you read me? Who's doing this to you?
for what's next.
Wanda.
Marvel Studios' WandaVision, now streaming only on Disney+.
Alright, a lot of questions once more, but that's what Marvel do. They give us the questions which we really don't have answers to, and answers which they're just not going to give us to the questions that we have. Right, let's go through this bit by bit here. So to start with, we have the town itself, Westview, real town, not a fake town. So that's a good check mark in terms of what's going on in the world. But there is this weird force field around the place that might be like a fake look at the town as opposed to the way Wanda sees the town. There was also a car on the inside of the town, but the car looked pretty modern compared to the town. The town looked pretty derelict, like it looked old and decrepit, whereas the car on the inside of the force field looked pretty new, which confuses me a bit, but I think I know what's happened here. I think I know what's happened. Monica has gone into, she's gone into Wanda's world. She's walked into it, right? The problem is, I think that's what's happened with everyone who's gone to that place. When they've been driving through wherever they are in America, they seem to have driven through, and because that's where Wanda's place is, they've driven into Wanda's reality, and they're just stuck there, which makes sense as to why that modern car is on the inside, maybe, as opposed to on the outside of the force field. And maybe all the people who are in there are people who've just been lost in there because they've driven through this force field without knowing it. What is it? Is it Jimmy? I think it's Detective Jimmy it might be now, because that doesn't look like a shield or sword on Randall Park. That looks like a police type badge. So Shield's obviously gone. He's not part of Sword, but Monica Rambeau is part of Sword. I don't know. I don't know about that, but there was an image of a lot of these people with driving licenses. Yeah, driving licenses on their profiles, which is weird. What does the driving license say? New Jersey. New Jersey. New York? New York is where the Avengers Tower is. Wait, is it upstate New York where all the shit happens with the Avengers facility? Or is it New Jersey? I think it might be New Jersey, you know. But one of these, the weird one, I don't remember her name. Actually, the blonde one isn't here either. What's her name? You know, the one who's in charge, basically, of the town. She doesn't have a poster up here with her driving license, and neither does Agnes. I think that was her name. They both don't have driving licenses. One of them doesn't even have a poster up, but all the others have been logged. So maybe they're not Sword agents. Maybe they're just people who have been stuck there by driving into the force field. Again, more questions than answers. That's just the story of the game. And then there was a bit where there seemed to be the outside world trying to communicate with Wanda. And we saw that in, I think, was it episode 1 or 2? And it sounded like it might have been Randall Park there trying to communicate with her. And it definitely is because of the images here. But that means that they're kind of jumping back in time. Maybe they're showing how Monica got into the world, and maybe she's been stuck there for a while, and that's why they set up this facility, because this sword agent just went missing inside this force field. That kind of makes sense in some ways. But I don't know how Randall Park would have communicated that to Sword, because he's not part of Sword. I don't know. But then there's also Kat Dennings' character, Darcy, I think it was. I think she was like a economics major, or no, it was even worse than that. And economics is fine. I think it was like political science. It was like government studies or something like that. She was not anywhere near this type of scientific field. And that's what she was getting her like doctorate or master's in. So I don't know why she would be on this. Unless it's the case that I said before, and that's that Shield, Sword, whoever it might be, needs someone who has had experience with like extraterrestrial type of people. You know, those types of people who have powers, superheroes, you know. And she's basically someone who's had a lot of contact with different heroes. Well, specifically Thor, I guess Loki to some degree. So maybe that's the pull that I thought of as to why she would be involved in the story. But other than that, I can't really gauge as to why she's in it, because she's not like a science genius. She's not a Tony Stark. She's not a Natalie Portman, even though she was more like astrophysics, wasn't she? Or astrology, maybe she was? I don't know. They bigged her up in the story, at least, in Thor and in Thor 2. But, you know, not loving Thor Love and Thunder to some degree, because Thor is Thor, and, you know, I like the OG stuff. I don't like mixing and matching and changing shit up for the sake of it. But, as we say, it's in the comics now. They went in the back door. Maybe they went in through the front door and said, we're going to change it so that no one can say it's not in the comics like this. You have to appreciate the hustle. You have to appreciate it. They played the long game. And now it's going to be in billion-dollar films. So, you know, I hate it, but can I really hate it? I don't know. But this looked like it didn't give us anything while giving us something. And that is exactly, as I say, what Marvel does best. Giving you while not knowing what they've given you. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Vision himself is gonna come after you. You don't want that. No, you really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. That is indeed tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. You've been doing it every day for over 2 years now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bringing the Bakwas on a daily basis. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. Nonsense in Punjabi. That's nonsense in Punjabi. But some of you already knew that. I know some of you knew that. Most of you probably didn't, but some of you did. And if you didn't, then you learned something. If you did, then you reinforced your learning. And very well done. So I'll see you tomorrow. More of the same, slightly different, but effectively, you know what I'm going to say next? The same. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.